angry guy here, and women are furious that men have stopped caring about them. Women are furious that men have stopped caring about them. You can see this happening around us. Check out this comment from this woman. She says, BS. The indoctrination tells you I'm a I'm married for 20 years. I got support, stability for my kids, a partner in crime and fun. Single people are the happiest people alive. Facts. And that's in response to a video I put out. A wedding is nothing more than a modern day slave ceremony. So women are completely in denial. The moment that they hear that men are walking away from the plantation, walking away from society, walking away from relationships, they immediately question your sexuality. They begin tearing down your sexuality. They begin tearing you down as a man. They begin saying that the reason why this is happening is because women are rejecting you, because a man cannot reject relationships with women. It's men who are being rejected. Women do the rejecting and men get rejected. It does not work the other way around. A man cannot reject a relationship with a woman. A man cannot walk away from society. In reality, a man is sent away. This is the amazing thing. They believe that men cannot say no to women because every man has to have a woman or desire a woman. Even though men are not entitled to women, men, the very purpose of existence as a man is to be with a woman and to serve a woman. And you cannot be happy as a man by yourself. Now, of course, there are many women who say they're happy alone, they're Miss Independent. Granted, there are some women who are genuinely happy by themselves. Some of these are introvert people, and they found a way to live happy lives alone. It does exist. And I'm not saying, listen, there are some women who claim that they're happy, they're not. But then there are some women who are genuinely happy by themselves. They love the lives that they have. In some cases, listen, they had their lives, they had their fun, they partied out, they partied from their 20s to their 50s and even 60s. They're still having a damn good time. They made their money, and it was a decision they made along the way that they didn't want to have children. They chose that life, and I respect that. They chose that life, and they have no regrets. I had a teacher when I was in high school. She was a very good friend of mine. And I asked her once about having children. She goes, I have my tubes tied. And then she told me the experience of having her tubes tied. I will tell you, as a young person, it is so important as it's so important when you're growing up that you have adults that will tell you what happens in life. For example, I didn't know what surgery was like. I didn't know the process of anesthesia. I didn't know a lot of these things. And just by her sharing this process with me, I was able to learn a lot of things. And this is one of the reasons why it's kind of critical. Young people are very stupid today. Gen Z is a very dumb generation, and you can see the stupid in Gen Alpha's face. And a lot of this is because they were not properly mentored, they were not properly educated. Like, my teacher, she was a member of the silent generation, So she wasn't a boomer, she was a member of the silent generation because pushing 60, she was pushing 60 when I knew her, and that was over 20 years ago. So she'd have to be, yeah, she's right around a member of the silent generation. And it's kind of different. You know, when she told me that she did not have kids and she had her tubes tied, I honestly understood why she had her tubes tied. She had raised all of us. We were absolute, I'm not saying we were terrible. It's understandable. After raising so many of us, she would lose her damn mind. So she raised her children. She had been a teacher for a long time, a long, long time. She did her time. She raised her kids. She didn't need to have any more of her own. She had given her entire life to children. you know I mean, even in her pushing 60, she was still giving up most of her life to children. So I understood that. I was around 16, 17 when when she was my teacher. We were great friends. But it's just interesting though. There's some people, for them that's a thing. But then there are some women who basically say that they didn't have children, and and they're so happy, and they're full of it. But there are women who are genuinely happy. But it's amazing how modern women, they can recognize that there are some women who can be happy without having children, but they can never accept the fact that there are men who can be happy without having wives. Guys, think about this carefully. It is estimated that as few as 30% of men reproduce throughout history, of only 30%, between 30 and 40%. So as few as 30 to 40% of all men reproduce throughout history, but as few as 30%. So that means that up to 70% of men prior to the Industrial Revolution and modern society did not reproduce or pass on their genes, while 80% of women reproduced and passed on their genes. You need to think about a couple of factors. One of the factors is you realize that this means that it was the same men that were basically passing on their genes, through multiple different women. But at the same time, most men were poor back in those days. Okay? By today's standards, most men were poor. So are you telling me that most men had no swag? No, that's not it. Most men back in those days did not want to have children. They didn't want to have children. And they, believe it or not, they did have contraception back then. They did have different ways of preventing pregnancy, going all the way back to ancient Egypt. So when you take this into consideration, you have to men did not want to have children. And it's a truth that women don't want to accept. Women cannot accept this reality that throughout history, most men did not want to have children. And many of you are going to say, Angry, you're full of crap. This is not true. If I could have kids, I would have kids. Listen to me, guys. A lot of it is the Disney brainwashing, where we watch the Disney movies and the Hollywood movies, and they tell us that we all have to go and find that special someone, essentially a soulmate, and settle down with them, or else we're not going to be happy. This is the garbage that's fed to us as men. We are fed this trash as little boys, while little girls are told that they can grow up to be Hercules. I know you're like, Hercules. Yes, Hercules. Okay? So basically, it's like we're told to be princesses, and they're told that they can be kings and conquerors, because they have that masculine energy. You have most women walking around today in Western society, they all have that masculine energy, that real masculine energy. And it's no wonder men are walking away from Western society and walking away from these women and saying we don't want to have relationships with these individuals. We're not into these dudes. If we want someone, if we want to be in a relationship, we'll go overseas and find someone who's fit, feminine, and friendly. But a lot of men today don't even want a relationship at all. A lot of men today are saying that, yeah, nah, bro, we're good. I'm so good on my own, little bro. I am so good on my own. You're like, no, I have messages upon messages from dudes just talking about all the nice meals they're preparing, grilling. Guys, I'm being honest with you. Like, I think about it sometimes. Like, it's like I'm just being. It's like, why would you want to? A woman provides so little utility to a man. You know, like I talked about the analogy that if I was into dudes, I'd go and get myself, a country, a blue collar country guy with a pickup truck, salt and pepper beard, or red beard, brown beard, and wearing wears a pair of aviators. And some of y'all are saying, "Oh, Angry, you're so." No, I'm just being honest. Like, think about this. You have yourself a blue collar country guy. Blue collar country guy. This is a man typically who can grill. So these guys are independent. They can grill. They're very cleanly. A lot of these dudes can work. These guys can fix things. Okay, he can fix a car. He may not be a mechanic. Anything breaks around the house, he fixes that immediately. Toilet is clogged, he'll fix that. Pipes are clogged, drain clogged, he'll fix that in 20 minutes or less. Okay, maybe 5. Pretty much. Oh, problem on the roof, he'll fix that. Something goes, electricity goes out. If it's not a major thing, he'll fix that. Well, 99% of the time, if you know what's happened, you can just check the breaker box. You can say there's a fuse loose. You can say, oh, this came out. They can fix that. And I'm just being honest. Think about this. There's a noise in the middle of the night. Blue collar guy says, all right, honey, I'll take care of it. Grabs his piece from the side, goes out, and has a look. And, there better not be anything out there, because if mess around, find out. I mean, women have had life so easy. They have life so damn easy. And they hate these men. They hate these men. As a man, this is luxurious. This is luxurious living. Imagine being a man, and you have a big strong man that will come and take care of everything in the house for you, grill things up, always be there for you, giving you attention. This is listen protect. You don't have to. There's strange noise in the middle of the night. He's gonna go and take care of that. He knows his way around. He can hunt. He can clean. He can. I mean, what is there not to like? He's loyal as hell. Family orientated. He loves Jesus. I'm just saying, y'all. I'm just saying, y'all. He's cleanly. He's a blue collar. He's very, very cleanly. A lot of blue collar guys are very clean because they know how. Because they get dirty, so they stay clean. And it's just, I'm just saying to myself, these men have the qualities that you can't find in a modern day woman. I'm just being real with y'all. I'm not saying I want a man, y'all, but you can't even find these. You can't find these qualities in a modern day woman. You can't find these qualities in a modern day woman. Like it's just, why would you get into a relationship with a modern day woman? Like it's you might as well just go and get yourself a blue collar. Go and find yourself a blue collar guy from the south, and he'll hold you down. And then here's another thing: he will never. You listen. You will never be without. He will always have work. It's not like, anytime there are major layoffs, in society, the people who are suffering those job losses are typically white collar people, you know, computer programmers and engineers and these people, these people that sit behind desks all day. These are the people that lose their jobs. I remember seeing comments from some of you guys saying that, it can be difficult when you're a blue collar guy because, you'll go to a shop and they'll just want to work you. They just want to work you, but they don't want to pay you properly, or they don't. A lot of stuff. I've read comments from other guys say that, like for example, he had like one guy said he had training in, he had a lot of training in electrical work, and he went to a business and wanted a job there, and they basically turned him away because he didn't have an electrical certification. So he just went out and branched out on his work and started doing freelance. And it's guys, it's literally like that, And I've had other blue collar guys pop up and tell me that, just to correct me, that these guys that just because they're making hundreds of thousands of dollars, making $100,000 a year as a blue collar guy, doesn't mean that they're working even 40 hours a week or more than 40 hours a week. He said the guys that make, let's say, make $200,000 a year, work as white collar guys, those are also the guys that are putting in 60, 70, 80 hours a week, and a lot of blue collar guys aren't putting in those kinds of hours, especially after they're established in the fields. I'm just being guys, like there's no reason to be with a woman. Like if you compare the utility the average man provides to society, even to other men, compared to the average woman the modern woman who just takes, you don't even have a moment of peace. Let's think about this. You have a good blue collar man. He comes home from work, he just wants to sit down and relax. Have a beer, kick his feet up, and he's not causing any problems in the house. It's calm and peaceful. Guys, you would pay for someone like that. Imagine you have a man that's taking care of you, providing for you, making your life better, protecting you, holding everything down. Anything happens, he's loyal, he's there at any given moment. And then when he comes home from work, he's quiet and just relaxing. The house is peaceful. See, guys, this just tells you that men and women are not compatible. We are at least not modern women. We are 100% not compatible. Because for us, this is heaven. A person that comes home after a long day and they don't bring that stress with them. Instead, they just want to be, they don't want to talk. They just want to relax and unwind. So when you're around, they just want to bring peace. Mm-mm. Yo, we're too good for these. We're too good for these modern day women. We are too good for them. They don't deserve us. They do not deserve us. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. God put Eve here to test us, and when we failed the test, He left her here to punish us. Guys, if you're enjoying the content, help get the channel to 100,000 subscribers on our journey to 2 million by subscribing to the channel. If you already have it, liking the video and turning on notifications to never miss another video ever again. Women are furious and men have stopped caring about them. What do you guys think regarding this? I want to hear your thoughts on this. So let's talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away. And cheers.